Chapter 5 of the book Path to Enlightenment. Eliminating the hindrance. When you listen to Dhamma without purification of your mind, the Dhamma will be difficult to understand. The factors that obstruct or hinder understanding and practice of Dhamma are called hindrances, or known as nivarana. There are 5 hindrances. They are desire, anger, laziness, doubt, and distraction. When and how do the hindrances arise? Where do the hindrances arise? To answer these questions, let us begin by examining when we do not have these hindrances. We do not have these hindrances when we are in deep sleep or if we are unconscious. That is, when our consciousness is not functioning, either due to trauma such as a blow to the head or sickness. One does not feel desire, anger, laziness, doubt, or distracted when one is asleep or unconscious. Therefore, it means that these hindrances arise and operate when we are awakened and conscious. Let us take some examples for desire and anger to understand when and how they arise. A young man sees an attractive woman. Liking followed by desire arises when the young man sees and thinks about the woman. A musician hears a great performance of music. Liking and desire arises when the musician hears and recollects the music. A teenager is enjoying very loud rap music with harsh language, and his father walks in. The father yells at his son in anger, dislike, and then anger arises when the father hears the unpleasant, loud music. A mother sees her son smoking, dislike, and then anger arises, and the mother reprimands her son for endangering his health. When we are in deep sleep or unconscious, we do not have desire or anger. When you see something attractive or hear something pleasant, you may feel longing or desire. Liking and then desire arises when you see something attractive or enjoyable. Desire also arises if you hear something pleasing, taste something delicious, smell something fragrant, feel a pleasant sensation on body contact, or remember a desirable event or object. In summary, desire arises when there is contact between the 6 sense organs and something enjoyable. If desire is a hindrance to understanding the Buddha Dhamma. Then we must restrain or manage our desire. How do we manage our desire to ensure they do not interfere with our understanding and practice of the Dhamma? We subdue our desire by paying close attention to the six sense organs that take in outside objects. We must cleanse our minds by managing the likings so that we can prevent them growing to desire, craving, clinging and lust. Thoughts will come from outside and reminds you of past pleasing and desirable events. This results in fabricated actions of the mind. You are happy when you get what you want. However, you cannot always get what you want. You are unhappy, frustrated, and angry whenever you do not have your own way. When you see, hear, taste, or smell something unpleasant, you have a natural dislike that, if unmanaged, leads to anger and ill will. These hindrances are with us all the time during working hours. Hindrances arise when we pay inappropriate attention to external objects. This means that you have lived for a very long time with an inappropriate mind with hindrance. You must live with an appropriate mind without hindrances. To eliminate hindrances, you require mindfulness, attention or concentration on an object that does not trigger or lead to hindrances is called mindfulness. Do you have this hindrances free mindfulness? If you have it, when and where do you have it? When you go to sleep, all these six organs do not act, but you have also lost your awareness. This mindfulness exists when you are able to keep your mind in the six sensory organs without any hindrance. Then you are no longer taking objects with inappropriate attention. If you are sensing or feeling from one of the six sense organs, then it means that they are getting objects from the outside, and hindrances will occur. So you must halt or disable, in a spiritual sense, the operations of all these six sense organs. How do you get the mind away from six sense organs? At any given moment, the mind will be with the functioning sense organ. The mind will be with the eye when you are seeing, ear when you are hearing, nose when you are smelling, tongue when you are tasting. When sensing has arisen, then the hindrance will arise. So you need to keep desirable object that you are attracted to away from six sense organs. So suppress and eliminate these hindrances. How do you keep the mind in a hindrance-free environment? You have to find an object or place that does not lead to hindrances. The Buddha chose the breath of the practice of mindfulness. The act of breathing is natural, always available, and does not lead to the formation of hindrances. The Lord Buddha himself used and recommended this meditation, referred to as breathing awareness meditation, or known as Anapanasati. The following example of cause and effect highlight the importance of concentration for mindfulness and eliminating the hindrances. Birth causes suffering. Habit or actions causes birth. Desire or craving causes the habitual actions or karmas. Ignorance or lack of wisdom causes desire. Not hearing truth or dhamma causes ignorance. Hindrances causes not hearing of dhamma. Unmindfulness causes the hindrances. Wrong concentration causes the unmindfulness. Now we need knowledge and wisdom to break the habits of the past, the result in becoming. Now we know that for wisdom to arise, we have to have mindfulness. So, the first step in achieving enlightenment or spiritual awakening is to develop mindfulness. We do this by directing our awareness to an object that does not trigger or lead to hindrances. The breath is such an object. Concentration on breathing awareness. From birth, our breathing in and breathing out has been happening automatically without our knowledge. When high levels of concentration on breathing awareness are reached, then the hindrances will be temporarily suppressed. When we breathe, how do we avoid the arising of these hindrances? Where do we keep our mind? If a security guard has to ensure that only authorized persons enter the building, he has to be watchful at the gate. Similarly, we have to keep our mind and be mindful at the entrance and the exit of the breath, the nostrils. We will then know and be able to know and distinguish the breath coming in and the breathing coming out of the body. We have to be aware and watchful to ensure that our mind does not wander away from the breath at nose. Just as the gatekeeper does not move away from the gate post to watch the event. To be a good guard, he must keep still and watch the gate. Similarly, we should keep our body still and watch the breath. The Buddha gave us two tools, resources to help halt the diffused or wandering mind. They are referred to as vitakka, that is initial application, and vichara, that is sustained application. Now we have to clearly understand what these actions mean. In this context, vitakka or initial application means you have to initiate or identify the object, and vichara, that is sustained application, means evaluation or hanging around of the object or its nature. We have both these tools, resources within us. We have to distinguish or identify and think about act of breathing to use these tools. How do we activate these two resources or tools, vitakka and vichara, when breathing? Can we count and know the number of compartments if we are in a moving train or driving alongside the train in a car? No, we cannot. We need to stop and wait until each compartment moves past and count each to know the number. Similarly, if we want to see a parade, we have to stop, stand still and watch the parade. We cannot watch the parade if we join the performers. This is what we should understand about breathing meditation. It is wrong to think or note silently that it is inhale. Just when you start inhaling, you should study the whole process of inhaling from start to finish and then identify and note it as the in-breath. Similarly, you should study the act of exhaling from the start to finish and then identify and note it as the out-breath. This identification is known as vitakka. If it takes a long time to inhale, then note it as a long breath. Similarly, if it takes a long time to exhale, note it as a long out breath. When we inhale and exhale, we note both the inhale and the exhale. We also examine and note its aspects such as length, whether it is long or short. At the end of an inhale, you note that it is an inhale, and if it takes a long time, you note that it is a long in-breath. Similarly, when exhaling, you study in from start to finish, and when the act is complete, you note that it is an exhale, and if it takes a long time, note that it is a long out breath. After some time, you may feel that both the in-breath and out-breath are shorter than before. Then you identify and note it as a short in-breath or a short out-breath. When you continue in this manner, after some time, the breath becomes calm or subdued, and you feel only the whole act of the in-breath and the out-breath. No longer can you distinguish any qualities such as short or long, or in or out breath. At this point in time, you think of the breath and note it as a breath calm or subdued. When you continue in this manner, you will reach a point where the breath will no longer be felt at all. The breath seems to have stopped and you feel a relaxed calmness in body and mind. This state of mind is called as the first jhana. At this instance, you identify and note that it is the first jhana. This is the first stage of concentration, samadhi, resulting from mindfulness, and the first understanding of the benefit of breathing awareness.